Before we dive into one of the most bizarre and chilling mysteries to ever hit Hollywood, make sure to subscribe if you love deep dives into unsolved cases, hidden truths, and shocking celebrity mysteries. Trust me, this one is going to leave you speechless. The world woke up to absolute shock as news broke that the FBI had just raided Whoopi Goldberg's mansion. And this wasn't just a casual visit. This was a full-scale, high-level operation that left even veteran agents stunned. Neighbors reported being jolted from sleep as a convoy of black SUVs swarmed Whoopi's luxury estate in the early hours of the morning. What started as whispers of a potential investigation quickly spiraled into one of the biggest scandals to hit Hollywood in years. Sources close to the investigation say that the FBI arrived with an airtight search warrant, suggesting that this was not a spur-of-the-moment raid, but a long-planned operation. Eyewitnesses described dozens of agents entering the property with specialized equipment, some dressed in tactical gear, indicating they were prepared for the unexpected. But what were they looking for? And what did they find? As agents swept through the mansion, it wasn't long before they made a discovery that would shake the public and media alike. A hidden room, behind what appeared to be a regular wall in a private part of the home, agents uncovered a sealed-off space that even her closest friends may not have known existed. Inside that room were several sealed metal boxes, locked and bolted, as if designed to withstand prying eyes and perhaps even time itself. Once agents forced the boxes open, what they found was even more shocking. Stacks of confidential documents carefully labeled but hidden from the world. Personal letters exchanged with major Hollywood figures, including some whose names have not yet been released. And most disturbing of all, a mysterious handwritten letter that investigators are now linking to an unsolved case that has haunted authorities for years. The contents of these documents have not been made fully public yet, but the mere fact that they exist and were hidden has ignited an explosion of speculation. Despite the chaos unfolding around her, Whoopi Goldberg remained surprisingly composed as she was photographed exiting her home surrounded by agents. Speaking briefly to reporters later in the day, Whoopi insisted that she had nothing to hide and called the raid a misunderstanding. "There's a lot people don't know about me," Whoopi said, "but I'm not involved in anything illegal. I believe when the truth comes out, people will see that." Still, her words did little to calm the storm. As the news rippled across Hollywood, many of Whoopi's close friends and colleagues chose to remain silent. Normally, outspoken celebrities who have previously stood by Whoopi have not issued statements. Is this fear of being associated with her in case of deeper revelations? Or do they know more than the public and are staying quiet for a reason? Whatever the case, the silence from Hollywood's elite is deafening and raising even more questions. Almost immediately after news of the raid broke, several studios and networks began reconsidering their current and future projects involving Whoopi. Rumors suggest that a highly anticipated project she was set to star in has now been quietly put on hold. Her position on The View is now under review, with producers reportedly in emergency meetings. Sponsors are backing away from upcoming collaborations. For an entertainer with a decades-long career, this is potentially devastating. One insider commented, "Hollywood has a short memory when it comes to scandals, but depending on what comes out of those boxes, Whoopi might be facing permanent damage." On social media and in public forums, people are fiercely divided. Some see Whoopi as a victim, possibly targeted because of her outspoken views and willingness to challenge authority. Others see her as a figure finally caught in a long-overdue investigation, possibly connected to deeper Hollywood conspiracies. "Why would she have a hidden room filled with secret documents if she had nothing to hide?" asked one viral post. Meanwhile, others are urging caution. "Remember, we don't know what's in those documents. Let's wait before we destroy her reputation," wrote another user. Perhaps the most disturbing element of all this is the handwritten letter linked to an unsolved case. Investigators haven't disclosed which case this is, but speculation is rampant. Could it relate to a missing person? A past Hollywood crime that was quietly covered up? Or something far more sinister, possibly involving multiple people? Whatever it is, the fact that this letter was found in Whoopi's private vault has added a dangerous edge to the story. As expected, conspiracy theories are running wild. Some of the biggest circulating right now include Whoopi as a fixer for powerful Hollywood elites, collecting incriminating evidence to protect herself or others. A blackmail operation, using secret information to influence key figures behind the scenes. Whoopi's involvement in a long-suspected Hollywood cover-up, possibly linked to assaults, fraud, or exploitation. While these remain speculations with no confirmed proof, the very nature of the documents found gives weight to some of these fears. Since the raid, media outlets are scrambling for more information. Paparazzi are camped outside her estate, capturing every move. Legal experts are being interviewed around the clock, analyzing what charges could follow. Investigative journalists are digging into Whoopi's past, hunting for clues or connections that may have led to this moment. In many ways, this story has become larger than Whoopi herself, now serving as a symbol of possible corruption and secrecy within Hollywood. As investigators dig deeper into Whoopi Goldberg's hidden vault of documents, one burning question is emerging. How far does this network of secrets stretch? Multiple sources inside law enforcement are now suggesting that some of the names uncovered in those files are not just actors or producers, but political figures, corporate moguls, and even international players. If this is true, Whoopi's case could explode far beyond Hollywood, potentially unraveling a web of influence, corruption, and cover-ups that reaches into the highest levels of power. One former federal prosecutor hinted at the seriousness of this case. If what we've heard is true about the people named in those documents, this is not just a celebrity scandal. This could become a national security issue. This revelation has led to intense speculation about whether foreign governments could be involved, or if some documents relate to international scandals involving Hollywood stars acting as intermediaries. Could Whoopi have been holding on to these secrets as a form of leverage? Or was she a pawn in a much bigger game? In addition to documents, another shocking discovery is making headlines. Advanced surveillance equipment found hidden throughout Whoopi's mansion. Reports indicate that hidden cameras, encrypted hard drives, and high-grade audio recording devices were located in places one would least expect: behind mirrors, inside bookshelves, integrated into decorative statues and furniture. Experts say this level of surveillance tech isn't something you find on Amazon. This is equipment used by private intelligence agencies or governments. But why would Whoopi need this? Some theorists suggest she may have been collecting dirt on guests, secretly recording conversations to protect herself or to blackmail others. Others argue she may have been paranoid, feeling threatened by people in Hollywood or politics, leading her to create a private surveillance network in her own home. Regardless of her motive, the presence of this tech raises major ethical and potentially legal concerns. For years, Whoopi Goldberg has been known to host exclusive private parties, often attended by Hollywood's elite, top politicians, and powerful CEOs. With the FBI now investigating whether some of those gatherings were more than just social events, questions are flying. Were these parties used to exchange sensitive information? Did guests know they were potentially being recorded? Were illegal activities taking place behind closed doors? One anonymous source, said to have attended several of these events, told a reporter, "Everyone wanted to be on Whoopi's guest list. But looking back, it always felt like there was something else going on. Like she knew more than she let on." If these parties were indeed part of a larger operation, whether for information gathering, leverage, or even manipulation, it could implicate many famous names. As more details emerge, public opinion on Whoopi Goldberg is rapidly shifting, and it's deeply divided. On one side, her loyal supporters argue that this is a targeted witch hunt against a woman who has been outspoken on social and political issues for decades. "They've always wanted to bring her down," one fan posted online. "Whoopi has never been afraid to speak truth to power, and now they're scared of what she knows." But on the other side, a growing chorus of critics is calling her out. "This isn't about politics. This is about hiding things from the public. If she had nothing to hide, why all the secret rooms and tech?" wrote one commenter on Twitter X. Protests are now brewing outside media outlets where Whoopi has worked, with some demanding a full accounting of her role in Hollywood's darker secrets. Meanwhile, online communities are split, with hashtags like Free Whoopi and Whoopi Exposed trending simultaneously. Another jaw-dropping development: rumors are swirling that the FBI raid has already led to investigations of other major celebrities. Several names reportedly connected to the documents found in Whoopi's estate are now being quietly questioned. Insiders claim that some of these names are A-list actors and directors, some with spotless public reputations, until now. One entertainment lawyer said, "If these documents contain evidence of crimes or conspiracies, you can bet the FBI is already building cases against others." This has led to a wave of panic in Hollywood, with agents, managers, and PR teams working overtime to distance their clients from the scandal. Some actors have even canceled public appearances and interviews, fueling even more rumors. Who else is involved? Whoopi can't be the only one who knew. Legal experts are now speculating on what specific charges Whoopi could face if prosecutors decide to move forward. Possibilities include obstruction of justice, if she knowingly hid evidence related to crimes; possession of illegal surveillance devices, if she used hidden cameras without consent; conspiracy charges, if she was part of a broader effort to cover up crimes or manipulate outcomes; blackmail or extortion, if she used damaging information to control others. Depending on the content of those boxes and documents, prison time is a very real possibility. We could be looking at federal charges carrying decades of prison time if the evidence supports it, said one former DOJ official. Another disturbing angle: why did no one report on this sooner? Whoopi Goldberg has been a household name for decades, moving in circles that include journalists, politicians, and law enforcement. So how did she keep this hidden for so long? Some analysts believe the media may have been complicit, either turning a blind eye or actively suppressing stories out of fear or loyalty. When someone is as powerful and connected as Whoopi, people are afraid to talk. Hollywood protects its own, until it can't anymore, said one media critic. Now, as the truth begins to emerge, questions are being asked of the press as well. What did they know, and when? Were journalists warned or threatened not to investigate? Are other celebrities being protected right now? One of the most explosive rumors coming from anonymous FBI leaks is that some documents found in Whoopi's vault contained communications with high-level political operatives. If true, this could indicate that Whoopi was acting as a connector between Hollywood and political power brokers, facilitating exchanges of information or favors. Even more unsettling, allegations that some of these communications reference controversial political campaigns and potentially illegal donations or schemes. There's evidence to suggest this may not just be a Hollywood issue, but a political one, said a legal analyst. If this aspect of the case is confirmed, it could rock not only the entertainment industry, but the political world, dragging powerful politicians into the fray. Sources inside Hollywood are now saying there is widespread panic among celebrities, especially those who have been close to Whoopi. One anonymous producer told a reporter, "People are terrified. Everyone's wondering what Whoopi had on them and if their names are in those boxes." High-profile attorneys have been hired by some stars in anticipation of subpoenas. Public relations teams are scrubbing past connections to Whoopi, deleting photos and interviews from the internet. Rumors of shredding parties, secret attempts to destroy sensitive material, are circulating among Hollywood elites. For decades, Hollywood has been accused of covering up the darkest behaviors of its stars, from abuse to corruption to blackmail. Now many are wondering, is this the beginning of the end for that culture of silence? If the FBI's investigation into Whoopi leads to the exposure of a larger network of wrongdoing, it could force massive changes in how Hollywood operates. We may see more names, more scandals, and possibly criminal charges against people we once admired, said one cultural critic. One of the biggest questions circulating among experts and insiders is why the FBI chose this particular moment to strike. After years, even decades, of Whoopi Goldberg being untouchable in Hollywood, what triggered this sudden and dramatic raid? Sources close to the investigation say that this operation was months in the making. The FBI reportedly used a combination of surveillance, wiretaps, and informants inside Whoopi's inner circle to gather evidence quietly before making their move. But what changed? Some are speculating that a whistleblower may have stepped forward, providing the final piece of evidence needed to obtain a federal warrant. A former intelligence agent explained, "It's rare for the FBI to raid someone as high profile as Whoopi Goldberg without having a solid case. That means someone from her circle, someone close, may have turned on her." This has sparked speculation about who that person might be. A disgruntled former employee? A fellow celebrity who wanted to protect themselves? Or even a political figure exposed in the documents? If a whistleblower is involved, that could explain why authorities struck when they did, before more evidence could be destroyed. In the weeks leading up to the raid, several of Whoopi's longtime associates and business partners have gone off the radar. These include a high-profile Hollywood producer with whom she collaborated on multiple projects, a well-known political fundraiser linked to events Whoopi attended, a lesser-known former assistant who suddenly disappeared from social media and public life. What makes this even more suspicious is that some of these people were rumored to have deep knowledge of Whoopi's dealings, both public and private. Are they hiding out to avoid media scrutiny? Or are they potential witnesses cooperating with federal investigators? No one knows for sure, but the sudden vanishing of key figures close to Whoopi has only fueled more speculation that something massive is about to drop. Another shocking revelation. The FBI reportedly uncovered evidence of large, unexplained bank transfers connected to Whoopi's personal accounts. Some of these transfers involved overseas entities in countries known for financial secrecy, including Switzerland, Cayman Islands, Panama. Financial experts suggest that these could be signs of money laundering, hidden payoffs, or secret investment deals tied to illicit activities. A former forensic accountant said, "If these transactions are linked to the documents they found, it could show a pattern of criminal behavior, not just hoarding secrets." This has led to major questions about what Whoopi may have been funding or covering up with these funds. Was she being paid to hold on to damaging information? Or was she paying others to keep silent about her own role in a larger conspiracy? Either way, the financial trail may become the key to unlocking the truth behind the locked metal box and the hidden room. Behind the scenes, sources are now saying that a group of powerful Hollywood elites are banding together to protect themselves from the fallout of the Whoopi scandal. This includes high-powered lawyers assembling rapid response legal teams, PR firms preparing coordinated messaging to minimize reputational damage, private security firms hired to monitor and protect celebrities worried about potential exposure. This secret alliance reportedly includes A-list actors, studio heads, and influential producers, some of whom may be named in the seized documents. According to an insider, they're preparing for the worst. Everyone's worried about what she knew and what the FBI now has. The formation of this protective circle suggests the fear inside Hollywood is very real and growing by the day. Some investigative journalists are now probing whether Whoopi was part of a secret society or exclusive club in Hollywood, one designed to trade information, power, and favors. Whispers of private dinner clubs, secret gatherings at luxury estates, and underground meeting places are circulating like wildfire. Some rumors link Whoopi to a group of elite Hollywood players known for controlling narratives, suppressing scandals, and managing fixers. People hired to make problems go away. Could the documents and locked box contain evidence of these operations? Names, deals, and strategies used to maintain Hollywood's elite status quo? A source familiar with celebrity crisis management said, "People think Hollywood is glamorous, but there are dark rooms where real decisions are made. Who gets ruined? Who gets protected? If Whoopi was part of that world, it would explain everything." Another worrying development is that some of the letters found in Whoopi's vault allegedly include correspondence with powerful media executives. This has led to speculation that Whoopi may have worked with top TV and film executives to suppress stories, or to target rivals by feeding damaging information to the press. If true, this could point to systemic corruption in entertainment media, where certain stars are protected while others are sacrificed. If these documents show a coordinated effort to manipulate media narratives, it could expose a side of Hollywood the public has never seen before, a media analyst warned. There are even rumors that some journalists and media outlets may have knowingly participated in covering up scandals in exchange for access or favors, making this not just a celebrity issue, but a media ethics crisis. Whoopi Goldberg is not just an actress. She has multi-million-dollar deals with major studios and networks, including ABC, where she is a longtime host of The View and others. If Whoopi is charged or further implicated, these companies will face massive scrutiny. Did they know about her secret activities? Did they help cover them up? Could they now face lawsuits from those harmed by her actions? Entertainment lawyers suggest that companies associated with Whoopi may be preparing for civil litigation, especially if victims of any covered-up crimes come forward. One industry insider noted, "If even part of these rumors are true, no studio or network will want to be seen supporting her. But pulling out of contracts could cost them millions." Already, some advertisers and sponsors are reportedly reconsidering deals linked to her. Some political commentators argue that the raid on Whoopi Goldberg may have political motivations, given her high-profile status as a vocal critic and supporter of various political causes. One theory suggests that Whoopi's involvement with certain political organizations and figures may have placed her on the radar of federal agencies. Alternatively, others believe the raid may have been delayed for years because of her political connections. And only now, with new leadership, has the investigation been allowed to move forward. Either way, the intersection of Hollywood and politics is now under the microscope. Were politicians leveraging Whoopi's influence to control narratives? Did she serve as a go-between for Hollywood money and political campaigns? Were secrets exchanged for political favors? These questions are now driving deep investigations that could pull more than just celebrities into the storm. Perhaps the most mysterious element of this entire raid is the locked metal box found in Whoopi's secret room, so far unopened publicly. What could be inside? Theories include signed contracts for illegal deals, involving hush money or criminal enterprises, photos or videos of powerful individuals in compromising situations, private journals detailing events Whoopi witnessed or participated in, evidence of financial crimes, ledgers, bank statements, crypto keys, blackmail material on Hollywood, political and corporate leaders. Experts say the contents of that box could dictate the entire direction of this case and decide Whoopi's fate. A federal investigator told the press, off the record, "We believe that box may contain the key to unraveling a network much bigger than Whoopi Goldberg alone." Since the news of the FBI raid broke, sources say major Hollywood studios have been holding emergency meetings behind closed doors. Executives are now scrambling to assess how deep the scandal might run, given that Whoopi Goldberg has connections stretching across film, television, streaming services, and publishing. No corner of the industry feels safe. These crisis meetings are reportedly focusing on damage control strategies if more names are released, assessing contractual relationships with Whoopi, including how to quietly sever ties without drawing more media attention, reviewing internal communications to see if any executives or staffers might be linked to the scandal. One studio insider said, "It's not just about Whoopi anymore. People are terrified about what's in those documents. If she was keeping dirt on others, this could destroy careers." There are also rumors that Hollywood's biggest agencies, including CAA, WME, and UTA, are advising clients to prepare for potential fallout, especially if they ever worked closely with Goldberg or appeared in projects she was involved in. Some actors and producers have allegedly lawyered up preemptively, hiring high-powered attorneys in case their names come up. Interestingly, some commentators are now wondering if Hollywood rivalries might have played a role in the raid. Could someone in the industry, another high-powered figure who saw Whoopi as a threat or obstacle, have had a hand in bringing her down? It's no secret that Hollywood is full of personal feuds, power struggles, and behind-the-scenes wars over influence, roles, and money. Several theories making the rounds include a rival star or producer may have tipped off authorities to documents Whoopi was hiding, as a way to neutralize her influence. Former friends turned enemies within the industry may have decided to expose her, knowing she held secrets that could destroy others too. Competing political factions within Hollywood may have wanted to silence her, especially if she was shifting allegiances or holding on to explosive secrets. If any of these theories hold water, it means the FBI raid could be the tip of the iceberg, part of a much larger power struggle playing out in secret. Sources close to the investigation now say the FBI is also looking into digital communications, including encrypted emails, cloud storage, and private servers linked to Whoopi Goldberg. This raises serious questions about whether tech giants like Google, Apple, and Amazon are cooperating with investigators to hand over files and messages. A former DOJ prosecutor noted, "In today's world, the real evidence isn't just on paper. It's in texts, emails, cloud backups, and even deleted files. If they're going this deep, they think something big is there." If tech firms comply with federal warrants, which they are often legally required to do, it could lead to a second wave of revelations, including private conversations between Whoopi and other celebrities, politicians, and business leaders, evidence of secret deals, payoffs, and coordination to cover up scandals, lists of individuals involved in whatever network Whoopi may have been tied to. If those communications become public, it could expose not just Whoopi, but an entire ecosystem of power players operating behind the scenes in Hollywood. In addition to the documents and financial transfers uncovered, there's now talk that Whoopi may have been involved in operating or contributing to charitable foundations that were actually fronts for other activities. Insiders suggest that some of these organizations, supposedly dedicated to social causes, may have been used to launder money, pay off individuals, or shift resources without scrutiny. Several foundations linked to Whoopi are now under review, including those related to arts education, social justice initiatives, celebrity-endorsed nonprofits. A former FBI financial crimes investigator commented, "Sometimes high-profile people use charities to move money quietly. If that's part of this case, it could reveal a vast operation of hidden transactions and shady alliances. If proven, this could pull in other major figures who were publicly supporting these foundations, and who may have unwittingly or knowingly been part of the larger scheme." Another jaw-dropping development is speculation that some of the letters and documents in Whoopi's possession included communications with international elites, including royalty, oligarchs, and foreign political leaders. While unconfirmed, there are rumors that the FBI has contacted foreign governments to request assistance in verifying the authenticity of some seized materials. If true, this could mean Whoopi was part of a global network of power brokers, exchanging information, favors, and influence. The hidden documents might contain records of secret meetings, deals, or blackmail involving figures beyond Hollywood. Foreign leaders may now be deeply concerned about what could be exposed next. A former State Department official noted, "This may no longer be just about Hollywood or U.S. politics. If foreign actors are involved, this becomes an international scandal." In a shocking twist to the ongoing debate, some close to Goldberg have floated the idea that Whoopi may not have been the mastermind, but rather a pawn or victim of a much larger operation. Several possibilities are being whispered among Hollywood insiders. She may have been pressured or blackmailed into holding damaging information for others. She could have stumbled upon secrets that she was forced to keep quiet about, under threat to her career or safety. The documents may have been used as insurance to protect herself in case anyone tried to ruin her, and now they've been discovered before she could use them. A longtime friend speaking anonymously said, "People forget that Whoopi's been in this game for decades. She's seen it all. Maybe she got caught up in something she couldn't get out of." If this is the case, the public may eventually see her not as a villain, but as another player in a dangerous game of Hollywood power and control. With her name now associated with a federal investigation, Whoopi's involvement in upcoming projects is already being reassessed. Sources say that at least 2 major film studios are reviewing her roles in upcoming productions. Streaming giants like Netflix and Amazon Prime are quietly putting on hold shows and collaborations involving her name. Talks of awards or honors are being paused, awaiting clarity on the situation. A producer working on a film Whoopi was set to star in said, "Studios are worried about backlash. No one wants to release a movie that's going to be overshadowed by scandal." This means millions of dollars are on the line. As companies debate whether to move forward with projects, reshoot her scenes, or shelve them entirely. Since news of the raid broke, social media platforms like Twitter, X, Instagram, and TikTok have exploded with speculation. However, what's striking is the near total silence from most celebrities. Unlike past controversies where stars quickly rushed to defend or distance themselves from a peer, Hollywood has gone quiet. A sign, perhaps, of fear over what could come next. Meanwhile, fans are bitterly divided. Some staunchly defending Whoopi, saying this is a politically motivated witch hunt. Others calling for her to be canceled, demanding justice and transparency. Memes, conspiracy theories, and amateur investigations are flooding TikTok, with creators analyzing every frame of the raid video, dissecting Whoopi's statements, and speculating about what's in the metal box. If the rumors about the documents are true, Whoopi may not be the only person in trouble. Law enforcement sources say more names are expected to emerge as the investigation continues, and that list could include Hollywood executives, prominent actors and actresses, politicians and donors, media moguls. Some insiders say the case could bring down figures even more famous and powerful than Whoopi herself. As one observer put it, this could be Hollywood's biggest reckoning, bigger than Weinstein, bigger than anything we've seen. While the FBI remains tight-lipped, experts believe the next steps could include formal charges if illegal activity is found, or subpoenas for others named in the documents. There's also talk that more Hollywood figures could be drawn into this scandal, especially if their names appear in the letters and files seized. Meanwhile, Whoopi's legal team is likely working around the clock, preparing her defense and trying to control the narrative. In the end, the shocking FBI raid on Whoopi Goldberg's estate has left Hollywood and the public with far more questions than answers. What started as a secret early morning operation has now exploded into a full-blown media storm with whispers of hidden documents, mysterious connections, and potential ties to some of the most powerful figures in entertainment and politics. As investigators continued to dig through what was seized, including that now infamous locked metal box, the world is left wondering what secrets could possibly be so dangerous that they were hidden away for years. For now, Whoopi maintains her innocence. But the silence from Hollywood's elite and the sudden pause on her career projects suggest that the fallout is only beginning. Whether this ends as a tragic misunderstanding or the unveiling of a massive scandal, one thing is clear. The walls of secrecy in Hollywood are cracking. And as more details emerge, this story might reshape everything we thought we knew about fame, power, and influence. Stay tuned, because this is far from over. What do you think is hidden in those documents? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more breaking updates.